Right, welcome to Retcon 2019. This is our second event this year. You might not know us too, we're YouTubers, amigalads. So where did you start off from, your first computer ads?
My first computer was a ZX Spectrum, the rubber key one. And what happened was, we had, Mum and Dad bought it, and I was playing around with it, must have been about between 3.5 to 4 years old. And first games we had was Ant Attack and Jumping Jack. Jumping Jack. Was it Jumping Jack?
Might be Jumping Jack, I don't remember that. I remember when he used to come round to play on the 48.
Yeah, then once we had the 48k plus, that went wrong. Something like that, I can't remember what happened with Road. And we got the 48k plus, and then that's when Steve used to pop round and everything, and we used to play games on there and everything. And then,
yeah, I remember that. You sit in your little chair, you bit of toast,
well,
a cup of tea.
I was a bit older then, but that was the brown seat. That was. It was a brown little wooden chair that I had. And I remember one of the arms used to fall off, and I used to creep out of that bit. My dad used to super glue it on, and I used to pick the chair up with the arms, and it used to snap off all the time. And yeah, that was funny. That was. And what was it? Then because you had the.
Well, my first one was the ZX Spectrum 48k plus. I wished for it for a Christmas present when I was small. I was going away that year to my granddad's. So my parents let me open the Christmas presents at home. I was so disappointed. Santa hadn't bought me my Spectrum. I was near enough in tears. So I go back down to my granddad's for the Christmas period. And my granddad said, "Oh, guess what? Santa's come to here as well to give you a few extra presents off." I was like, "Oh, right then." So, sat down, he brought the presents out, I unwrapped them, and I had my ZX Spectrum 48k plus. I couldn't believe it. My first computer. I played that all the Christmas. Strangely, when it was down there, I accidentally plugged the joystick into the port, and I blew it up. I was gutted. So I didn't tell my parents that, obviously, because I didn't want them to know. So I said it had broken. My dad had taken it back to Dixon's, where he got it at the time, and they discontinued that model. I was like, oh no, that's not good. They showed him the Spectrum Plus 2, the grey one, the very first one they had, that Amstrad made. So I think he paid about £30 extra at the time, and I got the pack. So I got the pack in, got it home, and that's when I started going around Adams then. Started playing the games, started sharing the games, didn't we?
Well, yeah, my mum did, didn't she? She was, doing the old copying and everything. And
that's backups, that's not copying.
It's copying in my way. It's no other way to put it. But yeah, that was great, that was, with yourself and everything, and copying the games and different soil altogether, that one.
Yeah. So so got a Spectrum, you stop sharing the games. I used to buy them, and parents used to buy them, we used to swap them. So basically I used to go down to the shop, get a game, get it home, it'd work, brilliant. Get the next game down, it wouldn't work. I was like, oh no, it's something wrong with the cassette again. So I took it round Adams, and guess what? It worked.
Because I had the 48k with the tape deck. So with Steve, you had the Plus B, or whatever you call it.
2A plus.
Yeah, and because it had no volume control, the games were lower frequencies. So yeah, the games that I had did work on yours. And what was one of the game? What was it? Willow Pattern.
Willow Pattern was one of my favourite games.
And that works on yours, didn't it?
Yeah, it works on mine.
But I remember Outrun. Remember when I left, I loaded the game up around your house, and you could load like level 1 and level 2. And I took the game back, and all you had was level 1 and 2 to play. You couldn't get any further in it because it loaded all in the memory with it, but it couldn't only go as far as what stage 1 and 2.
Yeah. So as I got more and more games, I got more and more disappointed. I couldn't load the games, Adam could load the games. I was like, this is not good. right? So slowly but surely, I decided I don't want computers anymore. I hate computers now. So I just packed it away, and that was it. I used to go around Adams occasionally to play on these, but I was out of the computer scene then.
And then what did you get next?
Well, the strange story was, my parents come to us for, like, saying, what do you want for Christmas? I was like, you know, as you do, football, whatever. And they said, oh, we've been down to the computer shop. We've seen a computer. I'm not interested. I don't want a computer. I don't have any luck with computers. So they persuaded me eventually to go down to the computer shop with them. And they said, oh, it'd be great for your schoolwork, as all parents do then. So they showed me the pack, the gentleman brought it out, and it was the Commodore 64C Hollywood pack. So they basically, you had Hollywood pack, I'm trying to think what's in it now. Oh.
Well, Batman. Yeah, Batman and Hollywood. Oh, I can't think because I didn't have it.
So yeah, no, so they persuaded me. I got the Commodore 64. And then the war starts.
Because Spectrum and C64. I went round to Steve's house, and I don't know if you remember this story, but we were sitting there, we played Pac-Man, Bomb Jack, and there's a few other ones. Because the games were slightly better on the C64.
No,
we could use it.
That finally admits that.
I don't admit it. The Spectrum was the machine. It was your first computer as well.
Second.
Right, seconds. Anyway, what happened was, Steve got the whether or not Steve will remember this, I don't know. He slammed the door in my finger, and I walked out. I walked out, and I didn't speak to him for about, I don't know how many years. It was about a year and a half.
I'll say it's longer than that.
Might have been. But with your C64, you know, I think that was the war, I think, because he got that. And then it wasn't until a couple of years later, and we found out that I bumped into Steve in the local computer shop down the road.
Where I got my C64, strangely.
And I was in there just looking at games and everything. And Steve, and I said, Steve, you alright? Yeah, we're alright. And then he goes, what computer you got? Got an Amiga.
I've got an Amiga 500 as well.
No, you have, I haven't.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what I said. I've got an Amiga. It's like, oh. It's done here, isn't it? Because I've got the Master System. And then so, give it, I can't remember what year it was. I got the Amiga in '93,
So I got the Amiga 500, and mine was the Screen Gems pack.
So it must have been.
So that was Alpha Beast, Back to the Future, Deluxe Paint 3, possibly?
Might have been 2.
Might have been 2.
But anyway, cut the long story short, after that conversation, I said to him, I've got an Amiga now. Being all hard and mighty, I've got a 600. Better than your 500. It's one more.
It's smaller.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? It was a 2.01. Yours was 1.3 kickstart.
True.
And your workbench was terrible.
Only 1.3, that's where, not quite where they started though.
Yeah, but you still had the little... Anyway, besides the point, I had a round disc.
Yeah, I remember that.
Round disc.
I had laughed.
The more of the story was, it brought us back together again. Like Carly and Jason. And after all that love-hate relationship with the Amigas, we was back together. And then it's just another story, isn't it?
Yeah. So after we got back together, we started to sort of go around each other's houses again, talk to each other again.
It was Tuesdays round mine, and was it Thursdays round yours?
That's right.
Then I started meeting up with my cousin, and I was getting stuff off him. And then we was just spreading our wings a little bit, going different places, and you know, with boot sales and everything like that. And you know, we just ended up being Amiga lovers.
Yeah.
We did.
Do you remember when we used to go down the car boot sale? We used to buy games. He used to spend all his pocket money or his playground money on the games.
£3.72 without leaflets.
So we bought all the games up, and I had spare cash. So I was like, I want systems. I want systems.
Because he was working and I was at college. So luckily Steve, you know, went around and said, oh, I love that. Me, it's like, you know, £3, I'll get 2 discs. It took me 8 weeks to save up for 20 blank discs. It did, but...
Also, we used to get really friendly. We used to get the titles before the actual punters as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was down the market. Obviously, backups, never copies.
Yeah, so we was down there. We got friendly with, as I said, spinning our rings a little bit. So we ended up meeting, what was it, seeing 2 blokes down the local market.
Paul and Darryl.
Yeah. Price I still remember their names. Price I ain't got all the lists and everything. I've got my own.
What do you mean? Pre-me would have been Dick.
Yeah, well, Richard.
Richard.
That was me and Dave first went down. That's not, you know. But yeah, that was way before Paul and Darryl, that was. But yeah, we was getting the games and everything before, as there was on the stall when we was doing the copying and stuff. And yeah.
So we got in with the people that were doing it. So what we came up with was we were doing the copies for them, but we were getting the software free of charge. So it was great.
And obviously we was copying them and handing out what ones. There was a list, wasn't there? Like there was 3 copies for a certain person and everything. As long as we had the copies for certain people, then whatever was left over we could keep, or we could buy our own discs
and back them up
and copy the games free of charge. So our backups went copies. And you know, we just got more and more and more. It did, and it was brilliant. It was.
But we've also got a funny story about that, because some of you might be aware that we run a club down here as well, Greenford Computer Club, and this is before the era of I actually joined the club myself and become to run it. We used to get lists, and strangely, it was members down here. When I first went to the club, they go, oh, we go to see the bloke down the market. So what's the list you've got? Show us the list. I said, I copy them.
I wasn't coming at that point, was
No,
I?
you weren't.
I weren't. But I was going to say, what was it?
So we used to copy them for the club. That's how I first joined the club, and then ended up running it. Later on, we used to go to like the shows. So we used to go to Hammersmith, Amiga show.
What else called?
Else called Entertainment Show as well. If you all remember that.
Entertainment Show. Yeah.
16-bit show is always a good one.
Yeah, that was the other one.
Just briefly about Team 70 mug. Has anyone got a Team 17 mug here? No. What happened is that there was, it's a horrible story. They was chucking them out as Team 17 was there, you know, doing worms, and they said, "Who wants a Team 17 mug?" So I shouted out, "I want one." I said,
I want one as well.
"Why do you want one?" I said, "Because my cousin's got one." I said, "That's good enough for me." Anyway, so he chucked us a mug, really happy with it, you know.
Right, so my dad had taken us to the show to get us down there.
Yeah.
So we both got a mug that day. It was like, wow, this is brilliant.
And then I was running for the train. Because we was only short, we were about 13, 14-year-olds. And my bag smacked the, what do you call it? The stair, the concrete stair going up to the train station. And I cracked the mug soon before I even got home. I was so gutted and upset about that because I've been after one. Because, briefly, we used to go around my cousin's house every Thursday night. My dad used to play darts. I used to go up to see my cousin, and he had a Team 17 mug, so I was gutted because whatever he had, I wanted. Same sort of Steve. And yeah, when he had the mug and I got it, I was over the moon, and then, yeah, he got smashed. So I've been after one ever since.
And I've got my mug without the handle now.
But you must have washed it up too much and cracked your handle.
I chipped mine as well later on.
But yeah, then after that, where else we was going then?
So we've gone a bit further on. So we still went down to the car boot sales, and eventually Commodore, as we know it, was starting to back up. We went down there one week, and we were like, right, well, what do you buy? So we're wandering around, and who did we meet?
We bumped into David Pleasance.
On the stall.
Selling all Commodore stuff. And what was it? I was still on a playground, I think then. I was at college. I wasn't working. And what was it? Our other friend, who might be here later on, Mikey bought
the Comic Relief big poster that would have been in their offices.
and the Commodore. He bought a mug as well, didn't he?
He bought the gold cup,
That's
like a trophy mug.
Yeah. And I bought nothing because I said I couldn't afford anything.
But
And
I bought that, didn't I? I got a C64, still sealed, but just in the thingy, power supply, tape deck. Personally bought it from David for £5 at the car boot sale.
it's crazy. It was, but it was just shocking seeing it. I think I was half asleep. I said, "Is that David over there?" You know, the Commodore, because we read, you know,
We seen it in the mags.
format and everything like that, so we knew who he was. But and we was just, you know, I can't remember how old we were. It must have been, I was about 17, 16.
It's got to be that easy, because I think I was driving then.
Yeah, so I must have been 16, and you must have been 17, because you was driving when, yeah. So, yeah, that was about the 80s. But yeah, it was just crazy seeing him. That's, you know, on the stall. I mean, you know, I don't know where we lived at the time, but, you know, what was it?
Just to see him, because we used to cycle to Colbert's house, it was probably about 5 minute cycle, 10 minute cycle.
Yeah.
So he's literally down the road from us in our local car boot sale, where we used to get our copies from.
And it's just crazy seeing him there, it was. But yeah, and that was really it, really. We just carried on, going to more shows, and it just branched out with the expos and everything.
Yeah, play expos, YouTube, bits and pieces.
Yeah, and
That's really us, the amigalads.
in a nutshell, I guess. And we're just still passionate about everything today. Well, you know, we've still got the Amigas, my original ones out there from 1994, and we just built them up. You still got yours.
Yeah, still got my 1200.
And never sold anything, and just carried on. And you know, even with the little boy around Luke, there's a picture of him on the bed with the 1200 still set up. So with my machine, I only got put away for about half a year, 6 months, until he was older. Yeah, we had to get rid of that and move it into a cot and put the cot there. And waffling a little bit. But then we moved out of that 1 bedroom house, and then I moved, and then everything went in the loft, and then Steve helped us repair things, find things on eBay, and buy a little collection, and that's where we are now. Yeah.
So, any questions from the
I was
floor
gonna
at the
say
top? Go on then.
Go on then. So, based on your vast experience of all the Amiga packs, if you could re-release just one of them today, which one would you choose?
Me personally would be Screen Gems. The only reason I say Screen Gems is because I like Shadow of the Beast too.
Yeah.
That's my game.
Yeah.
Your question was, what game pack you could re-release
Today.
today?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say the cartoon classics, because my mate Dave, he had the classics before I met up with Steve again.
Yeah.
But because I had the 600s and I had the 11s pack, which is closed, it was from what was it, Rumbelows.
Yeah.
And because it didn't have the sleeve on it, I actually had the cartoon classic pack. But regarding with packs, because I got the 600, I didn't really know of any packs really. I was happy just to get the Amiga, not to have any games with it, because obviously knowing Steve had one, going back to our conversation earlier with the copies, I wasn't bothered about buying games.
Yeah.
It was more, I got it because I wanted to play games, listen to music, and my mates at school was all handing out games and everything. And then with Steve have it, within next, across the road from us, that's the other good thing, is that we was literally a footstep, like a curb away.
Did you remember when we was trying to get the Polnet lead, see whether we could get it across the
That's another thing.
telephone pole, see if we could get the connection?
We was thinking about that because I was downstairs at the time, but when we was thinking about putting the Polnet lead over the telephone pole so we can put the two Amigas together. That's another thing what we used to do as well. Steve used to pop round mine, or vice versa, and my desk, I had a big, what was it? It's a Philips TV with a broken tube, and it took like half an hour to warm up. But Steve used to bring his computer around. I went round my cousin's on a Thursday, and then we used to copy upon there after the Amigas linked up and copy all the stuff over and everything. And I don't know where I'm going with this now.
Any other questions on the floor?
But, so sorry. Yeah, just to recap on that, I would love a sensible soccer pack. Or with the Amiga Accelerator card, with a bundle with Alien Breed and Alien Breed 2 and all the Team 17 games. I would. But just to recap on your question, because I did go off on one a little bit. But yeah, just probably a sensey one with all the releases, I guess.
Any other questions on the floor?
I was going to ask one. Which game now do you look at and you most enjoy more than you did back in the day when you got your 500 and 600?
Oh, that's a good one.
It is. I mean, if you just want to put a game on, I mean, I cherish most of the games still. And Swift, Lotus 2.
Yeah, Lotus 2 is good.
I mean, again, with that TV that took half an hour to warm up, we used to see everything together. And we had a couple of mates round and we played, what was it, Lotus 2 and Stunt Car. Mostly Lotus over Seal Link, we used to, but it's hard to understand. Most of the games I would load up what I played then that I would play now. I mean, Lotus 2 for one, you know, you can load it up. I'm still trying to get past it, P-Weld or whatever you call it. I think it's P-Weld. I can get to, that's it, PC. But
I don't know. Probably for me, I still play with Banshee, which was what my game I wanted, so that I could buy the 1200, strangely. Shadow and Beast 2, love that game. That's one of my favourites. Dino Blasters, yeah.
But I think to reverse your question, if there was games that had to be remade that I would like, and that would be, well, obviously the one would be Outrun. I know that it's done on the Vampire, but you know, to have it similar to Lotus 2 with the scales and everything, like what was it? The running of it, and Double Dragon, and to import Enduro Racer from the ST to the Amiga as well, because Enduro Racer was never released for the Amiga. It was only an ST port. But just the Sega arcade games, and the arcade games.
They would be good.
Yeah. But yeah, that's but with the games sort of now, I still sort of play. I mean, Monkey Island's another one that I would just put on. I mean, there's
so many.
I mean, Sensible Soccer. I mean, all these games that I played, but I never, as I said, because I never sold it, and the Amiga's always been a part of my life. And I said for about 6 months, it was like gone. I've never sort of left it. You know, even just watching YouTube vids when it wasn't set up, I've just sort of carried on playing the games that I played before. And it is, I mean, with YouTube, especially, you know, with YouTubers as well, you see games like Hybrids, and you're going to say, what, you've never played Hybrids before? Have you heard of Hybrids?
No, I've never heard of Hybrids.
I mean, I'm not joking, that is a solid shooter game. And it's only because of YouTube that I found it. And, you know, because I got into the Amiga between 92 and 93 playing my own games, not around someone else's house, and I lost out on the games in 1990 backwards, because I thought, I don't want to play them, they're too old. You know, I want to play Project X and People Dreams. You know, these are the games that are making the machine work for me. But, you know, Defenders of the Crown, I don't know how many discs that was, but, you know, I don't think I've got it in the collection, because it was an older game that I never played. So, you know, going to reverse on your question, they're sort of games that I would like to play.
Right, we're coming up to the next talk soon. We've got about another couple of minutes. Any other questions on the floor?
Anything. Go on.
Speaking of Monkey Island,
Yeah.
Desert Island discs, You're going to be on the island indefinitely.
What do you mean?
Pick three.
Scenario.
3 titles that you take with you to the desert island. Only 3.
Any platform.
Any platform you want.
Right.
I've never played Desert Island.
No. You're on a desert island. I'm the one with the cold. you can take 3 games, don't matter what platform they are, on an island.
But you might be playing them for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Outrun, it's one.
I could do, but I end up completing it and then I'm getting bored.
Yeah, but the whole arcade, the drive-through arcade.
Yeah, but alright. I'm more thinking of bigger games. Mine will be GTA 5 because I won't get bored of it because there's so many missions. Oh, we've got internet.
Yes. Go on.
Because you've got to have internet.
On your remote desert island, you've got internet and you've got power supplies, you get everything.
Brilliant.
And full reception.
And for yeah,
But you can't download ROMs.
Download
You
ROMs.
can only take 3 titles with you, that's it.
Right.
So Outrun would be one of mine.
Right, GTA. I would say sensible world of soccer because you've got the management skills. Actually, it's a new one, 2018-19 version of it because it's a newer teams on it, and it's a management of the game as well. So you can't just it's not just a football game. You can just actually sit there and manage your team, and your game you can not get bored of, if you know what I mean. So that's my one. Your go.
I'm more retro, that's the problem. So it would probably be one of the Shadow Beasts, possibly Shadow Beast 2, because I've never actually completed it without cheating.
And the last one for me. It's not awkward, but it's just top of your head thinking. I would say Monkey Island 2. On the PC. No. Does it matter what computer I've got?
Anything you want.
Right, I've got an Amiga 6060 with a Stellar card in it, and I've got the PC version of it, of Monkey Island 2. Because it's got the speech in it as well, and the Amiga version didn't. So I could just play that and just have a laugh with it, and I'll probably end up just losing the plot when I can't do any more with it. I can't. But yeah, that would be the three games, I guess.
Alright, now I've got to think of mine. Carl. One. I'd say Raiden.
Raiders a good call because another's. How long have we got? 20 seconds.
Got about 2 seconds.
You're out of time.
Yeah.
We're out of time. All right. Raiders arcade game. Walking back from the market, and we used to go Channel 8. Leave the bikes outside, and we used to play Raiden. It's another little story, but but we
got to go though because it's 2 minutes past 11.
Okay.
Right. We'll see you later.
Cheers, lads.